My name is Deborah Ricker. I reside at 349 53rd Street in the South District. I had the opportunity to attend City Council meeting on Tuesday. I acted solely as an observer that night, but what I witnessed prompted me to prepare a statement for this evening. My reason for being present that night was to support the Newport News Public Schools and its educators. I care very deeply about the status and the well-being of our school system, and I feel very strongly that our students and our educators are monetarily underserved and undercompensated, especially when placed in comparison with surrounding school districts. My opinion is based on three aspects of my life that connect me to Newport News schools. First, my daughter is a fourth grader at Deer Park Elementary. Second, I've served as the PTA president there for the past 2 years. And third, this year, I've started substituting for Newport News Public Schools as well. I can't claim a lifelong history on the peninsula like many people who spoke Tuesday and this evening. I'm actually a product of Chesapeake schools myself. But in the past few years, I found myself deeply immersed in the school system and have come to love this city. What has really prompted me to want to speak this evening is not just to voice my support of the budget increase to allow for a pay increase for our educators, but after I sat through the charts and graphs presentation at the City Council meeting, something felt wrong. You see, I'm a data girl at heart. I first came to Newport News as a data analyst with the Newport News Police Department. Actually, my precinct was South Precinct. As I've seen charts and graphs being shared on social media related to the issues at hand, I've been a little uncomfortable in sharing them without verifying the information myself, which is just how I am. And truth be told, there were some errors that were found here and there, and they were clearly brought to light on Tuesday. But what I was even more uncomfortable with the presentation at City Council on Tuesday is that I felt like some numbers were thrown up and they failed to provide any greater context to the information. This also seemed to be presented in a spirit of debunking rather than informing and educating. It represented a basic pet peeve of mine of data analysis and the thing that gives statistics a bad name. Data misrepresentation for the purpose of persuasion that is disingenuous at best and potentially deceitful at its worst. The idea that the school system, any school system, is ending a fiscal year with a several million dollar surplus with which they could pull additional salary money from is ludicrous. I refuse to believe that you actually believe this. It is clear to anybody, even somebody like me who does not deal with budgets, that if there is money left over after the budget of salaries, we either lost qualified educators or we failed to have a full complement of qualified educators during that fiscal year. Over the past 2 years, I've watched our PTA pay for $15,000 worth of programs for our schools. And I'm not talking about cool bells and whistles and programs and fun stuff for the kids. I'm talking about basics. Blue Sticks construction paper, Raz Kids reader programs, Accelerator reader programs, and this sort of thing. It was presented at the City Council meeting the other day that the budget school funding amount has increased over the past several years with the exception of the dip during the recession. The greater context that was left out was that the funding from the state decreased during that time frame. And even though you can look up the history of salary bumps for teachers over the past several years, these nominal increases, thank you, if I could just finish my sentence, the nominal increases were offset by changing and increasing contributions to VRS and health premiums.
Thank you.